What's up, my friends? It's C-Threep, and I got some fun stuff today that I want to show you that I got from my studio. And no, it is not the very messy studio that you see before you. I have built a shelf for my desk. I think I'll have a video on how I did that a little bit later. I've got some frames that I've made for some acoustic panels that I'm going to be putting around the room. And the studio is just a mess right now. It's under construction, so the computer's not even plugged in. This video is going to be unedited, and that's kind of why I haven't posted a video in a couple weeks. It's because everything's under construction. I'm building a bunch of crap. But I won an incentive at my job, and the incentive was you win a $1,000 gift card to somewhere, selfish that you wanted to spend $1,000 on. And so I won the incentive and looked around on like Amazon, Musician's Friend, Guitar Center, kind of seeing the stuff that I wanted to get and prices and stuff. And I found the best deals at Guitar Center with used gear that they sell, which is nice. I'm just gonna open up some of that used gear, let you see what I got. Some of the stuff is stuff I've been meaning to get for like 7 or 8 years, and I'm finally I have expendable money to use that I haven't had since I was like single. So it's been a while that I've been wanting some of this. So let's open some stuff. Or as every other YouTuber would say, without further ado, let's jump right into it. Show you, this is one I'm pretty excited about. Maybe I'll have to go back a little bit further so you can see it. Look at this big. And it's bubble wrappy. Holy crap. Alright. It's a MIDI keyboard. And the bubble wrapping is so puffy and sticky. It's hard to pull it out. In order for the keyboard to be acoustically treated so it sounds really good, I do want to keep on the bubble wrapping. It just like soundproofs a little bit more, makes it sound a little bit better. So we're going to keep this on. We'll probably cut holes through the bubble wrapping so my fingers can actually play the notes. But yeah, it's a Williams Allegro 2, and it has MIDI output and USB output. And I've always wanted to know the difference between latency and how I can get that to sound just more responsive if we go maybe through MIDI to my audio interface versus USB directly to the computer. You look this stuff up online, I've never been able to find anything really like the difference between MIDI and USB outputs on a keyboard. You always just end up getting information about USB outputs or MIDI outputs, like nothing comparing the two and latency and all that. So I'm gonna test that out, but I've also just wanted a keyboard that has weighted keys so I can just have it there on my desk. It'll be awesome. It is so covered in bubble wrapping, so I'm sure you'll see it. Right now, that would be like a loud 5 minutes of me cutting bubble wrap. Next on the list is this little box. Now I got a few microphones. It's still focused at all. I've got a old iPhone. It's an iPhone 5S, so it might not have the best camera. So I've got a couple of microphones that I'm going to use primarily for my drums. So instead of just using a one mic setup and recording separate pieces on my drums, which I've been doing, and it's worked out, it's been fun. And now I'm going to try a 4 mic setup, using a couple of mics that are going to be actually useful for other applications, not just drums. Oh my gosh, they straight up. So let's see which one this is. I definitely don't want any like raccoons busting into this stuff. Alright, so this is a kick drum mic. It is a Shure Beta 52, and it's used, so it's kind of battered for sure, but they say it's going to work, so as long as it works, I don't really care. Shure makes good microphones that last a long time, so that's fine. And seems like the hinge works and everything still. Tightens fine. So, cool. So it's a kick drum mic for a kick drum. And mic number 2. It is the one and only. I mean, if there's any industry standard microphone, it would be this here, the Shure SM57. It's a mic that you can use for vocals, you can use it for acoustic guitar. It's very widely used for snare drums. You could go to really nice expensive studios and there might be some producers that are still using the SM57. It's like a $100 microphone. I got it used, so it's 30 bucks cheaper than that. And I'm excited for it. I'm also going to compare the way this sounds to like a $10 knockoff one that I have. See if that knockoff brand holds up at all. Lastly, as you may guess, I got a kick drum mic, snare drum. So what we now have are some overheads. There's a couple of different ways you can record drums with 4 mics. And I'll experiment with this, but the mics I got, I decided not to put mics directly on the toms. I could have got a few more SM57s and just put them on the toms. That does not do a good job of picking up the cymbals. And overheads will also do a good job of picking up some extra snare and some of the toms as well. Just, you know, you'd mix it differently than if you had mics just on the toms. But these are the Rode M5. It's a matched pair. There's 2 mics in here. Pencil condenser microphones. They're apparently way small. Let's see. Yeah, man, these are smaller in person than I even thought they'd be. I knew they were going to be small though. That's so cool. They're puny. It's like the size of your, I was about to say the size of your middle finger and flip you off. I'm not going to do that. But the size of your finger though. And these are in great condition. I'm going to see if this actually works. This has a crap beat out of it, so we're going to see if this one actually works. The SM57 looks good. The Rode M5s look good. But amongst those 4, it should be a well-rounded sound. If I mic it right, get them in the right spot, mix it right, I'm treating the room acoustically, so that should help. Should be able to pull off some cool sounds. You know, that's what I want. All right, last 2 boxes here. They're both the exact same thing. One is just there's a left and right. Bear with me. Gotta put the sword in the stone. These are going to essentially replace the headphones that I'm constantly using to mix, which I have grown quite fond of, using headphones for mixing. And this is going to be a learning curve to get used to the way that these sound versus kind of what I'm used to, but I've got some actual studio monitors now. And in about 7 minutes when this box is open, you're going to see that. Now, did a fair bit of research, listened to some tests of a wide variety of these, and the ones I've settled on are the packing peanut variety. It tastes like peanuts. So, got packing peanuts for days, and of course it's bubble wrapped to hell and back. But these are the Yamaha HS7s. 7 being their size. I think it's like 7-inch cone, 6.5-inch cone technically. Which is what I understand is going to be pretty good for a relatively small sized room. They make a bigger size, the HS8s. When you look at them, they look huge. And for a small room, maybe not ideal. Either way, it's just a matter of getting used to the way that they sound, referencing your songs to other professionally done tracks and seeing how far off base you might be and making adjustments and just getting used to them. Got to learn them. Kind of nice getting them used because they're already broken in. They've already likely had dozens, if not hundreds or thousands of hours of usage, and so they're broken in. They've kind of reached their peak of sound. A lot of sources say that headphones and speakers and things, when they're brand new, don't sound quite right, and over time they just kind of mold into their true sound. So I'm hoping that a lot of that breaking in phase has already happened, and I can just start getting used to the way they sound now. But yeah, and then there's another pair of these, and I do not want to rip off the bubble tape. Okay, it's not too bad. These are in great condition. I think everything was in great condition, except for the Shure SM7B. I think the condition was specifically listed as good, which is one step above fair, which is basically you don't want to go there. So we'll see if that one works. But these are what they look like. You've probably seen them in other videos and things that you watch. I mean, they're black speakers, so maybe they do look like a bunch of other kinds that you've seen before. But man, I'm stoked. I'm excited to put I'm going to put the keyboard on my desk, so it'll always just be right in front of my face, easy to access and start playing. Of course, have them hooked up to everything so I can play them and hear the sound out of the speakers. So I'm sure more videos coming soon on some of this stuff, but I figured I'd make this so you guys can see what's going on. Hope you're all having a fantastic Tuesday. If I upload this right now, maybe I will. Maybe I won't, and that's it. Bye.